What if you came to know that this exact life, everything in it, will repeat itself? Not once, not twice, but forever. The same moments, the same people, the same patterns, over and over, endlessly. No reset, no second draft, no chance to correct what you regret, just again. If you had to live this life exactly as it is on an endless loop, how would that feel? Would it feel like a reward, or would it feel like a punishment? Would you be proud of your choices or haunted by them? Think about today. The things you said, the things you avoided, the thoughts you pushed away, the people you ignored, the version of yourself you put on display. Would you be okay with repeating this day forever? This isn't just a philosophical idea. It's a mirror. It's a test. It asks one thing: are you living in a way that you'd be willing to relive eternally? Not hypothetically, not someday, now. And if your answer is no, then the real question is, what are you going to do about it? This was the exact thing Friedrich Nietzsche asked. Not to confuse you, not to impress you, but to confront you with something brutal and honest. What if your life had to be lived over and over, down to the smallest detail, eternally? Not as a myth, not as fiction, but as a serious question, a challenge. He called it eternal recurrence. And it wasn't about science or how the universe works. It was a psychological test, a spiritual filter. Because if you had to relive your exact life forever, then every moment suddenly becomes infinite. Every conversation, every mistake, every compromise, echoing on repeat. Think about that. Would you still waste time? Would you still live small? Would you still keep waiting for the right moment to start being real? Or would you change something, anything, about how you are living? Nietzsche didn't claim this was literally true. He didn't ask you to believe it. He asked you to feel it, to let it hit you in the chest like a weight. Because if the idea of living this life again forever feels unbearable, then maybe you are not living a life that's fully yours. Eternal recurrence isn't meant to depress you. It's meant to expose the gap between your life and your potential, between who you are and who you could become. And now the question deepens. What if this life, with all its beauty and all its pain, isn't just a fleeting moment, but a loop? Not a story with a clean beginning and end, but a circle. What if the decisions you made yesterday weren't just small choices, but eternal ones? Every regret, every act of love, every lie, every sacrifice, condemned or blessed to repeat again and again. Would you still choose them? Would you still chase the same people, cling to the same habits, carry the same grudges? Because if life does return in the exact same form, then every moment becomes heavier. Nothing can be dismissed as just a phase. Nothing can be thrown away with the comfort of forgetfulness. If you are to relive it endlessly, then everything matters. And that's what makes eternal recurrence terrifying, because it demands accountability. You can't lie to yourself anymore about your future self making better choices. There is no future self. There is only this one on repeat. And maybe that's why we run from such a thought, because it forces us to confront the very thing we avoid most, ourselves. So, what do you do with this thought? Do you deny it, shrug it off as philosophy too dark, too dramatic, too unreal? Or do you dare to sit with it? Most people would run because the idea that this is it, this version of you, this exact life played on an endless loop is too much. No second chances, no alternate endings, just this on repeat. It shatters the illusion that you will fix it all someday, that you will say what you meant to say, leave what you should have left, build what you have only dreamt of. But if you embrace this idea, not as literal truth, but as a mirror, it changes everything. It makes every yes and every no sacred. It makes every hour echo with eternity. It demands that you stop waiting for the right time, for more clarity, for permission. Because if this life will return to you exactly as it is, then the only true power you have is now. Not tomorrow, now. And in that now, who do you become? A victim of the loop, or the one who finally learns to dance within it? Eternal recurrence isn't about time, it's about responsibility. It doesn't ask what will happen to you, it asks what are you doing with what's already happening. Because if every moment returns exactly as it was, then every choice you make echoes forever. The lie you told comes back, the apology you never gave returns, the time you wasted, the love you ignored, the fear you surrendered to, it all reappears. So now the question is not, will this happen again? The question is, do you want it to? Would you willingly relive today, not because it was easy or perfect, but because it was honest, because you showed up fully, because you did not run? This idea forces you to confront your patterns, not in theory, but in raw reality. Do you live the same regrets on loop, or do you choose differently, knowing the weight of each step? This thought experiment is a test. Can you live a life you would be proud to repeat again and again and again? If you give up now, you will give up again. If you hide from your truth now, you will keep hiding forever. So the very idea of running becomes pointless. You are not running from something, you are just running in circles. This is why Nietzsche's idea isn't depressing, it's awakening. It doesn't say you are doomed, it says you matter. Your pain matters, your joy matters, your smallest action, your quietest choice, it all matters. You are not insignificant, you are eternally significant. So what will you do now that you can't run? Will you finally face what you have been avoiding? Will you make peace with your past? Will you stop blaming the world and begin shaping it. The loop can feel like a trap, or it can become your canvas. So here we are, back where we began, but something's changed. You have changed. You have walked through the thought, faced the discomfort, seen the weight of your choices and the light within your pain. It's no longer just a question, it's a mirror. Not would you say yes, but can you live so fully, so honestly that one day you will? That when life comes back around with its scars and silences, its fleeting joys and unfinished dreams, you won't beg for escape. You will whisper, let it come again. Because you didn't run, you chose to live as if it mattered that it repeats. And maybe, just maybe, that's the only eternity worth having.